Pain heals. Chicks dig scars. Glory lasts forever.
Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. Let's go. I've been looking and looking and looking for the ratings to come out, and they finally have. And so we have got to talk about this. Oh, by the way, ratings for what, you might ask? Well, in case you forgot because of everything that has gone on since the game, the Indiana Fever played their opening game of the 2025 WNBA season on Saturday, Sunday, Saturday. See, it's all so much is going on. It's all blurring together, but they did. They took a 93-58 game from the Chicago Sky. That is correct. They put BTA to the Chicago Sky with an absolute embarrassing victory, 93-58. By the way, 93 points when I don't even think they were all that great offensively for at least the first half. This is a team with a bunch of new players and a new system that is only going to get better, and yet 93 points. So maybe when I was saying this is a team that could score 100 points a game, wasn't as far off as that little voice in the back of my head was saying. But anyway, so yeah, so that is the game that we are talking about. Okay. By the way, one other thing I want to add to that before we talk about these numbers for those that don't know, Caitlin Clark also got a triple double that game. Yes, she did, to which I put out recently. This is wild, in case you did not know this. That puts her tied for third all time in the WNBA. As you can see, here's the list. Alyssa Thomas, who has 11 in 321 games. I will point out, because I know some people might mention it, she does have 4 in the playoffs as well, okay, which is impressive. But regular season, Alyssa Thomas, 11, took her 321 games. Sabrina Ionescu, 4, took her 144 games. And Caitlin Clark then third, tied with 3 other players, Candace Parker, who got her 3 in 410 games. That's exactly 10 times as many games as Caitlin Clark played. Courtney Vandersloot got her 3 in 430 games, more than 10 times the number of games Caitlin Clark played. And Cheryl Swoops, the wonderful Cheryl Swoops, we'll be talking about her later in another video. 3 in 324 games, and Caitlin Clark got her 3 in 41 games. And we all know that if it weren't for Christy Sides, it would already be more than 3. She would be sitting alone in second place and staring down Alyssa Thomas. But here we go, folks. This is the most watched WNBA opening weekend ever on ESPN platforms. Sky Fever, 2.5 million average viewers, 3.1 million peak, most watched WNBA game ever on ESPN platforms. Is it both? I guess it's both, right? At top it says opening weekend, and then under Sky Fever it says, oh, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. Now, I guess most watched opening weekend is including the other game in the doubleheader. Aces Liberty, 1.3 million average viewers, 1.9 million peak. And we know, of course, a big portion of that is because of Indiana fans tuning into that game because it is the lead in to the Indiana Fever game with Caitlin Clark. And of course, we also know that that game went late, right? So you had a lot. So that peak probably has a lot to do with people who did actually just tune in for the Fever game and had to wait an extra half hour or so because the Aces Liberty were still playing. Putting the time at 2 hours apart is not enough. They should at least make it like a 1 and a 3:15 or a 1 and a 3:30. So it's pretty obvious. But that is a massive. Now, y'all confusing me here, okay? Because up here, 2.5 million, it says average viewers, but in their graphic, it says 2.7 million average viewers. By the way, up 115% on last year's regular season average on ABC. Even the WNBA countdown got 804,000 viewers, up 26%. So huge, huge difference. Again, remember, this is a league that until last year in 2024 hadn't seen a single million viewer game since 2008, which I believe was actually right at the beginning of the season because I'm pretty sure it was Candace Parker's debut because that was her rookie season. And so that is an absolutely insane number. Now, brace yourselves, brace yourselves. I don't want to I don't want to bring you down with some negativity, but this is just a thought in my head. We've talked about, and I've had Fever fans bring this to me. Okay, now obviously in numbers that to me, if they're bringing it, it's not going to put a dent, right? But if you extrapolate that to the very few people who know I exist in the WNBA space, to all of the Fever fans with everything that's going on, I've had a lot of people come to me recently, like, I love watching Caitlin Clark. I even love watching this Fever team they've put together with Caitlin Clark on it. It makes the other players fun to watch as well. But I'm getting exhausted from constantly being attacked for all these isms and is and phobes simply for being a human being that enjoys watching Caitlin Clark play basketball. I don't know how much more I can do it. I had someone, and I don't have it here available, so I may pop it up in after this. I'll do some quick edit, and if I can find it, I'll pop it up. Somebody actually sent me a screenshot of their cancellation of their WNBA pass because they are just sick of the BS. They're tired of it, and the joy they get from Caitlin Clark has been sucked out of them to the point that even watching, they don't enjoy it enough because they're just waiting for the next thing because there will always be a next thing. The WNBA with this investigation, you're never going to hear about it again because we already know they won't find anything because we already know there isn't anything to find. So they'll just move on to the next thing. And you've got so my point being, like if I can show it, like this person who said, because I've said it, really expecting this to be higher for the Caitlin games, maybe some people do stop watching. And I can't say I disagree. Like in context of the WNBA, you look at this at first glance, like, damn, that is an absolutely massive, massive number, correct? But be honest about it. Be honest, and let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Did you not expect it the opening game of 2025? Because I know all of you in the comments and all of you that watch, like I get the whole, man, we can't wait for the season. We can't wait for the season. Did you think maybe some people did stop watching already? I mean, I go back and forth because I'm like, wow, 2.5 million, that's a lot. Clark Games averaged just under 1.2 million last year. But and I forget how many, but she had at least a couple over 2 million. And then I thought it was such a long off season. No one had seen Caitlin play competitive basketball since what, last September. I don't know. I felt like I expected it to be higher. I felt like I expected it to top 3 million. Maybe that was an unrealistic expectation by me, but anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. Let me know your thoughts on all this in the comments below. What you think? Did you expect this number to be higher or lower? And do you think if we keep going the way we are, and when I say we, I mean the dumb WNBA and the dumb media sycophants who are constantly beating this absurd drum of Caitlin Clark and her fans, do you think people will stop watching? And I don't mean just a few, but significantly enough that maybe we see it in the numbers. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much for checking out this video. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. There's a game tonight. And oh, to that last note, I should have said at the beginning because not so many people are watching now. But these late night games, I haven't decided. I know they don't seem late night, but when I'm on the East Coast and they gotta prep for doing a video and everything that goes into it, I might start doing them early in the next morning because I get up at like 4:35 a.m. and it gets exhausting. It was getting exhausting during the season trying to crank these out. But anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. Really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.